to Talking Crass. We're back again, Beat. This time with one of our favourite films, Raiders of the Lost Ark. How are you doing, Beetroot?
I'm fantastic. That was a cracker.
Just a cracker, Beat.
A cracker.
How are you feel? Are you feeling better now than what you were last week we recorded after seeing Ghostbusters 2016?
Well, first of all, the larynx is nice and healthy.
Good.
There's no scalding hot apple pie touching it and eradicating its value.
If you're not sure about that, hit up our Back to the Future episode.
Secondly, we're not watching Ghostbusters 2016.
You know why I love this film, Beat?
Male lead.
Male lead. So, people, it's going to follow the usual track that we go down. We're going to start off with a top 5. Then we're going to go into my true or false trivia. Then we're going to move swiftly into Beat's points.
You ready?
And finish off with ratings and some fan questions.
Ratings of the Lost Ark?
Insert cricket noise here.
Fuck. Terrible.
Very bad, Beat. To give back to some of our faithful fans and try and sponge some new followers and listeners,
Absolutely.
we're going to be doing a giveaway. Now, can you remember what's in this giveaway? Because it's pretty cool. I know
No.
we've got... Right,
We're going to photograph it. We'll go to the Twitter now if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Have a look. It'll be up an image of what you're going to win.
Yeah, because we're going to obviously post the image before we post this episode.
If you think we took a list, wrote it down and prepared for the podcast now, you're sadly mistaken.
So, really, what's going to be in it is a Talking Crass t-shirt,
Yes.
a Rick and Morty mug,
Right.
a Pop Jon Snow figurine,
Enjoy it.
2 film posters of our choice that we've already picked out.
Let her go.
What else am I missing, Beat? There's more.
Well, we're debating whether we keep the Rick and Morty mug, but that's going in.
That's going in. You force us to go in.
We're going to buy a Game of Thrones mug, but
You
I
said
bought one for myself.
You said you're keeping it. A Stein. It's a coffee.
It's a Stein.
It's a coffee cup, but it's a Stein Game of Thrones coffee cup.
Nazi related, I guess. Oh no, that's insensitive.
Every time you say something insensitive in this podcast, I'm going to drink, Beat.
Go for it.
Because the vodka's going down nice and sweet tonight. Right, Beat. Anyway, so have a look at the Twitter. You're going to have to like, retweet, follow. And what we're going to do is announce the winner on an episode. Probably the giveaway is going to probably last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because it's quite a big giveaway. We're not just giving away like a t-shirt. There's, I'd say, up to 30, 40 pounds worth of gear.
Incredible.
Because that's what we do for you guys. You may be tracked down as we've stolen it all, but we're not going to mention that. Right, okay.
If you live in Antarctica, we're not posting it to you. Alright?
If you live in Antarctica or outside England, you're not winning the giveaway. I joke.
Well, that's absolutely fine, but you have to pay a £20 postage package.
And it might not get there. Anyway, good old Royal Mail. Beat straight into, in true Raiders style,
Yes.
top 5 melting faces in film.
What?
Oh shit, we changed it, didn't we?
We did change that.
Fuck.
So my first top 5 was not necessarily top 5 times a person's face is melted off, but it looks like fake as shit. But
We had to change it because we would only think of 2.
We'd only think of 2, and secondly, we'd already done exploding heads, so it's pretty similar.
You're right. You're right. Oh, we'll get back to that. My final point of the points. You can tell I've been on too much vodka. The final point of the point speed is a good one, which will compare the 2. Melting versus exploding.
Brilliant.
Moving on. Beat, we're going to go in true Raiders style to
Whips.
top 5 whips in film.
Let her go.
Do you want to hit us away, Beat?
My first one. Do I go for the dubious one first, or do I go for
dubious?
Dubious pit? Do I go for the dubious? Sorry, missed out that vowel. Or do I go for the straight shooter?
Hit us up with the straight shooter, Beat.
Catwoman.
Catwoman's a great shout.
Thank you.
Does she have a whip?
But specifically...
Does she have a whip?
Does Catwoman have a whip?
Is it Halle Berry's Catwoman?
Halle Berry That's the one I was going for, right? Just because how just horrendous it is.
Okay.
But any incarnation, I guess. Does Anne Hathaway ever use a whip in The Dark Knight Rises? Ever?
No, I don't think so.
Michelle Pfeiffer does, though, doesn't she?
I think so.
Right.
Does Catwoman have a whip?
I mean, it represents a tail of a cat, so she's got to.
Okay.
I mean, she does in comics, and she definitely does in that shit heap Halle Berry made.
I'll give you that, babe. I'll hit you one. Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke's a whip, is he?
Iron Man. You know that? Which one is it? Iron Man 3?
No, 2.
I want to say 3.
Iron Man 2.
Oh, sorry, 3. He's got PTSD, hasn't he?
PTSD, Tony Stark.
2. When he's got them electric whips.
Oh my god.
By the way, what a weapon.
What happened to Mickey Rourke's face, though? Not to insult the man, because he will eat me
Could
up.
he have made it into the top 5 melting faces?
He could have. I mean, I love the guy, but what's happening? Is he Botoxing the shit out of his face?
Do you know what I love about him? When he took loads of steroids and got jacked for the wrestler.
I tell you what.
Like, he was an absolute tank.
I like the wrestler. Sin City's one of my favourite films ever made.
Enough, yeah.
His portrayal of Marv is absolutely delightful.
I've tried to watch that 4 times and I've never finished it.
You are joking me.
Swear to God.
My blood's boiling now. I love it. Maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you look past certain things that aren't normally seen in film,
fair.
It is gloriously written.
Beat hit us up for another one.
This is a bit of a Scroobius Pit, like Agent 47.
You know what?
So
we've done numerous top 5s.
Yeah.
And you fucking mention Agent 47
right, so
every
I've got to
episode.
squeeze the garrote in somewhere.
Oh,
Can a garrote be classified as a whip?
Right, fair enough.
A fine, wiry item used to murder people.
I'm going to say you could whip someone with a garrote. Like, I'm going to give you it.
Cheers.
Which is it? Tim from...
I don't know. I don't even know if the garrote's in. There's 2
What's he called? Timothy someone?
Timothy Big Balls, I don't know.
Oh god, he looks so weird, bald. Why would you... He's the one for
the bad guy in the Die Hard remake.
Why would you get that Timothy... Is Timothy Oliphant?
Oliphant?
I think it's Timothy...
Is he an elephant?
I think it's Tilly Oliphant. Right,
it's the bad guy in Die Hard 4.
Anyway, why would you not just cast someone who's bald?
I know.
Rather than shave someone's hair off.
Patrick Stewart, get him in.
It's Hitman 47. Hitman 47.
I said that before in the previous podcast.
Right, B, I'm going straight into it. 50 Shades of Grey. Top 5 whips in film. It's made in.
So you've seen that film? No. Are you just assuming there's
I'm assuming. It's like... What do you call it? BDSM? Is that what it's called?
I guess that's what it's called. I don't know what that stands for.
I mean...
Guess what that stands for?
Body defamation?
It can't be defamation. That's pulling off limbs, John. Body...
Dank.
Oh no, domination.
Body domination.
Sex
machine.
That's perfect.
We'll move on.
What, my last one?
Wait on, have you seen 50 Shades of Grey?
I haven't seen it either. But I know it's got like kinky shit in, so...
I'm sure
it's got a whip.
I'm sure my dad's watched it and he enjoyed it thoroughly.
He would. He would. He got wood.
He got one. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You know what that calls for? The vodka.
Last one. Daredevil. He's got them whip batons.
He's got a fucking tail. Them are nunchucks.
Right, the nunchucks, right? But in one scene in Ben Affleck's shit heap of a film, right? He pulls them out when he first suits up.
Right.
And he does this like... I'll link the YouTube video.
But I'm not giving them the nunchucks out.
It's fake as shit
the
out.
Fucking nunchucks
They're long as hell. He's throwing them about his fucking body like they're like 10 foot of rope.
Right.
But then it just zips into a little baton. Anything longer than like the room of me house.
Is that a stick? He's got a stick, hasn't he, that he kills people with?
But it's got like the length of a fucking football field of rope attached to it. That's a whip for me, like.
I've got one, Pete. Sea biscuit. Toby Maguire. Whipping horse.
A 45-year-old man whipping a horse.
Have you seen that film?
I have not.
It's very forgettable, I think. I think got good reviews. I don't know. Anyway,
is that called a whip? That's got to have an actual term, a name.
It's a jockey's whip. You
can't say that. Take a drink.
Right.
That's funny, that, like. Is that what it... I mean, is that literally a jockey's whip? Mm-hmm. It's not got an actual name.
Last one, B.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
What? That didn't make any fucking sense.
You can turn web into a whip, can't you?
Shit, why am I even getting on to you? I said Agent Voice and a Daredevil.
You said nunchucks and a garrote, two things which aren't fucking whips.
I know. What can I say?
At least mine are kinda down the line.
Well done. That's more of a fwit, isn't it?
I think I'll win
Very
that
good.
one, babe.
I like it.
So there you go. Fans, if we've missed any, melting faces or whips, hit us up. What do you think? Beat straight into true or false trivia.
I gotcha.
I'll start off. As always, what we do is I've picked trivia from a well-known film website, but I've added a few red herrings in there to try and catch Beat out. Let's see which ones Beat can guess a true and which ones he can guess a false.
Bring it on. Can we establish what I win if I get all true now before I actually answer them? Because you'll rattle us out.
You win everything in the giveaway and we don't do the giveaway anymore.
Let's go.
Let's go, Beat.
Oh my god, but if I win it'll look suspicious because we don't want to give away 50 quid of gear.
Do you think you're really going to win?
I mean, it could happen, I don't know. But if that does happen, I'm fucked.
We'll see.
Right.
We'll come to that mountain when we reach it.
Take a swig of Coke.
Have a swig of the roller.
Listen to it, people. Enjoy carbon dioxide.
Beat never drinks brand name Coke. Work that one out.
Interesting. Of course I do, John. What do you mean I don't?
He's a goddamn communist. That's what he.
All right.
Right, Beat. First bit of trivia. Steven Seagal was close to getting the role of Indiana Jones.
False.
Spielberg, however, wanted him to cut his trademark ponytail. He refused, leading to Harrison Ford being cast. True or false?
False.
It's false.
Brilliant.
Straight away.
Seagal.
Could you see Seagal in a Indiana Jones film doing kicks and shit?
Right, so what is India... Right, could Steven Seagal get a stunt double that resembles him in any way?
He wouldn't need one. He does his own stunts.
Right, so is he going to jump from a horse on the side of a truck?
Right, moving on. Beat second. That's you one up.
One.
Indiana Jones's famous whip was originally going to be a lasso. Harrison Ford could not manage to use it, so it was changed to the whip we all love and know.
False.
Fuck's sake,
Get
yes.
in.
Bastard. Fucking do me head in. Right.
Was he fucking John Wayne?
Imagine a lasso. It wouldn't have the same effect, would it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking in my head as well. Move on.
We're flying through these, by the way. The famous scene in which Indy shoots a marauding and flamboyant swordsman was not in the original script.
True.
Fuck. I'm getting worried now. Harrison Ford was supposed to use his whip to get the sword out of his attacker's hands, but the food poisoning he and the rest of the crew had gotten made him too sick to perform the stunt. After several unsuccessful tries, Ford suggested shooting the sucker to Steven Spielberg. Immediately took him up on the idea, and the scene was successfully filmed.
I'm going true, John.
It's true, babe.
Yes.
Apparently, here's another bit of trivia which isn't in here.
Yeah.
They all got food poisoning while they were shooting in Egypt, I think it was.
Right.
Do you know the only person on the crew who didn't get food poisoning?
The monkey. Am I right?
You're wrong.
What?
Well, fucking of course the monkey didn't get food poisoning. It wasn't eating fucking shawarmas, you know what I mean?
What? Why would a shawarma have an effect on a monkey? I don't understand that.
How's a monkey part of the crew?
I don't know. Surely it is. They don't get paid a wage.
Right.
Someone's handler gets paid that.
What was I going to say there, right? I'm on my trailer, you've got on my trailer.
One person didn't get food poisoning.
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
Why?
Edit that in. No.
Why?
John, we need to edit that so I win every question.
He only took cans of SpaghettiOs.
Really?
He didn't want to eat the foreign food.
Oh no, Steven.
False, you're wrong. No.
SpaghettiOs.
Harrison Ford developed an actual fear of snakes after this film. He was bitten multiple occasions, the worst bite being on his testicles.
So he ended up with 2 whips. No, not one laugh from you. Terrible.
True or false?
False.
Fuck's sake.
Come on, John.
I'm getting weird here. The giveaway's nearly gone.
Han Solo's getting bitten on the naggers. Naggers. Han Solo's taking a python's fangs to the nuts out.
Jeff Bridges turned down the role of Indiana Jones.
Oh, come on, John. False.
It's true.
No!
Yes! Get in. That takes the pressure right off.
How many questions left?
2.
It
takes the pressure right off.
Bastard.
Most of the body blows you hear were created by hitting a pile of leather jackets with a baseball bat.
Oh, that's unreal. False though.
It's true.
Fuck!
Obviously they must have had a load of leather jackets for all on the set. And they must have had,
What?
they must have had a baseball.
Sorry,
They must have had a baseball bat.
The filming, the dubbing of a punch in Cairo, Egypt. What?
Why would they hit a pile of leather jackets? It's obviously got to be
the
Indiana
noise.
Jones's.
Just got to get the noise.
Right, fair.
They got a fucking spare pile of bomber jackets lying about.
Moving on. Indy's line to Marion when they're on the ship, "It's not the years, honey, it's the mileage,"
Yeah.
was ad-libbed by Harrison Ford.
True. Anything.
What else did he ad-lib beat?
I know.
I love you. I know.
There you go.
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Greatest sequel ever made.
Two Towers.
I still
It's better than Empire's better than that.
Yep.
T2. Oh, Empire's better than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling after that, like.
Saw 2. Which also probably had a whip in.
It probably did. And had a weird pig head, man.
Anyway, beat. Again, you didn't get the clean sweep. Thankfully, the giveaway's still on. It's time for you to shine now, though.
Right. I tell you what, in the future, if we ever start making enough money to be able to give away a giveaway every, I don't know, month or so.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is
We'll have a challenge where I win the prize if I get everyone correct.
We will try and keep doing these giveaways, but this is like a main one to start.
I'm broke.
We're broke.
We're gone.
We're broke students. It ain't gonna happen. Anyway, we're gonna try to do a kind of regular giveaway every month.
Some sort of milestone.
But this first one is to get us followers and listeners. We're not gonna mince it.
Sweet juicy listeners. Sweet juicy ears. I'm like that lass out of what's the girl? Leonardo DiCaprio?
Titanic.
False. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Inception.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Gangs of New York. I'm like that
Great
lass.
Gatsby.
John.
Sorry.
I'm like the lass out of Gangs of New York who just eats ears.
Oh.
Or takes ears from the enemies.
She cuts them off. She doesn't eat them.
Alright, she pickles them.
Oh my god.
So them little listening ears. that's what we need.
Anyway, beat.
Right.
It's time to shine. Hit us our way with your point.
Big point! Straight in! I'll ask the question again. What happened to the start up. I'll ask the question again. What happened to the slow burn reveal of our main protagonists? Please. What have I written down?
About 12, please.
Wait. Please let me know on Twitter of any in recent memory.
You mean that 5 minutes of the start of a film where shit's going on, you can see your main character,
You see a boot.
but you don't get a good view of him,
You see a gun. You see an idiot get scared at a bat creature, and Indy walks straight up to it. Balls of steel. The only one I can remember in recent memory is, and it's nowhere near as good, Guardians of the Galaxy, where Peter Quill's face mask comes off after.
Right. Aye, good shout.
Maybe, I mean, obviously there's a little homage there.
What were you going to say? Kurt Russell there.
Kurt Russell!
In the second one.
So that's the only one I can think of quickly off the top of my head. Next point. Dr. Octopus.
People are going to try and keep this down to an hour podcast. Let's see if you can guess.
Dr. Octopus. You can't see that point for laughing.
Is that just one
point. Dr. Octopus in the film.
It's Alfred Molina's first role.
Is that his name?
Alfred Molina's first role.
I don't know him. I just know him
in any film.
Dr. Octopus Man.
Dr. Octopus Man.
I love attributing such a classic, probably Shakespearean actor, I guess. He probably done theatre. He's Dr. Octopus Man to me. What a credit.
Oh, he's unreal in that, by the way.
He is incredible in it.
That's a different movie for a different day.
So we're introduced to Indy. One person tries to betray him in the first 5 minutes, whips his goddamn hand out of his gun. We get the introduction. Alongside that man is Dr. Octopus, Andy Malakatos, or whatever his name is.
Alfred Molina.
Pierre Colina.
Is this the best ever opening 10 minutes of film?
We'll get to it, John.
Okay.
I've got points to cover.
No worries.
We move into the temple. There's booby traps everywhere. Shot of the boulder trap is established before it activates later on in the film.
Right.
So the same shot when we see Indy running backwards is used when we enter the actual scene.
Ah.
It's good geography. The cinema goer understands the layout of where he's got to go to and come from. How on earth does the light technology work in the tombs? Who resets the spike trap with the dead body on? What is happening behind the scenes? So is there vines pulling? How does your hand...
I'm going to say that there's
Mayans.
Multiple traps.
What? Oh, no.
So like one trap will kill someone and there's still like loads left.
But when he activates the light, the guy comes out on the spikes.
Right. Maybe it's just always comes out.
How does waving your hand in front of light, how does blocking a light source activate a trap?
Aliens.
Well done. That's the fourth film.
Oh Christ, what were the thinking?
Don't even go there.
We'll not forget that.
Start has everything. Humour. A goofball that juxtaposes our protagonist. Action beats that get better with the introduction of the next one. Talk about it, John. You want to explain about how good the first 10 minutes of this film are?
And a massive fiberglass ball.
Which you can clearly tell is lighter than my conscience.
I just want to say, like, obviously when we were watching it, I mentioned it. Do you think, B, this is the greatest 10 minutes of film ever made?
I mean,
opening. Not greatest ever 10 minutes. Opening scene of a film.
That's a big shout.
Now, is it as good as Saving Private Ryan?
I don't know.
Also Steven Spielberg. He hits the ground running straight away in a lot of his films, which I like. Do you know what I mean?
That leads us on to the next point. I'll get back to that quickly, but in relation to what you've just said, from the intro, we have our hero and villain very much established. Get it done quickly as possible, then we move on.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Getting back to the best starts in film. I mean, when I'm asked on the podcast, because I'm shocking at doing this job, I freeze up like a goddamn ice pool.
I don't think that.
What are we... what can beat the start of this film? Saving Private Ryan, yeah, I've seen it many times.
I'd probably say Saving Private Ryan, you get straight in the action, like. But this is just so well done. I don't know. I think we probably have to have a look at the list to refresh our mind.
You're right, Gangs of New York, I agree with you completely. Moving on. Indy feels like some sort of superhero. Being a teacher by day / archaeologist equals Clark Kent.
Yeah. And
by night, a goddamn Tomb Raider. Superman. Love that.
I've got as well, Bede. I love how the girls go weak at the knees for him. Example. Opposite is like Andrew Garfield and Spider-Man pretend to be a geek.
Right.
He's a good-looking lad.
But he's meant to be the social outcast.
Do you know what I mean?
Makes sense to me. Like, I can identify with him because he's a glamour model.
That's opposite, but like they don't shit about here.
Yes.
Everyone knows Harrison Ford's a good-looking boy. And obviously, if he's teaching a class, the lass is going to be over the moon room.
So to catch us up story-wise, for those who haven't seen this fantastic film, why listen to us spoil it for you now? Indy enters the cave. We see the running ball. Nicks the idol. Gets it stolen back off him by our Nazi villain. Or is he a Nazi? We don't know. He works with the Nazis. Is he just German?
He's got the best comical villain laugh I've ever heard.
Every one of them does. I think it's a prerequisite if you want to be a Nazi. Moving on.
I've just got written down Nazis' best villains ever.
Correct.
I mean, you can keep the Chitauri. You can keep the Chitauri all you want, but the Nazis will
slap a racial hating theme on them and you're in. So anyway, Indy gets that taken off his hands. He luckily escapes via plane. It's got his mate Randy. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. He's just
That's my boat.
He's a generic American.
He's a legend.
Guy who
would
own a plane.
That's my pet snake. Grow a backbone. Unreal. And then we get introduced to his career as a teacher.
Goddamn John Williams' score.
The score is incredible.
Hitting you hard.
I don't know if Stan Winston worked in this film. He must have with the effects. Again, it's Winston and goddamn Williams and goddamn Spielberg.
There you go.
The Trinity. And we find out...
The Holy Trinity.
We find out, obviously, Jones's day job. He's a teacher by trade.
Which I mentioned earlier.
We mentioned all this earlier. Catching us up. Moving on. We find out that he's been contracted by the US government to collect the Ark of the Covenant.
Lovely.
Which is in... He has to go to Nepal, I believe, to gather the head of a staff, which will show the location of it if the sun hits it correctly.
Now, this is what I liked, because the film isn't relying on him going and chasing one artifact.
Yes.
He's got to set this up. There's different things you need to do to get the Ark at the end.
Length of the staff head itself.
Yep.
Fighting Nazis.
The hat that he had on the end. I'm sure that was mentioned.
Right.
Although we were like, you didn't really agree, but I'm sure that was mentioned.
Garbs. The weird
garbs.
German guy's garbs.
But no, that's it. It sets up for different scenes in different areas and countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funner than it being in Egypt all the way through.
We spend enough time in these locations, and it's shown so well with that iconic red line.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with that geographical imaging in the audience member's head, we never feel jarred. Personally, I never felt jarred when moving from a location or scene. We spend enough time there, or at least I think so. Next point, we go to Nepal. We meet Miriam. Is that the right name?
Marion.
Maid Marion.
Marion.
Brilliant. Who is a former lover of Indies.
Daughter of
the father
Indies.
was friends with
daughter of Indies.
Oh right.
I think so.
So Indy's mentor.
Yeah.
That's her
daughter of Indy's mentor.
And they kind of had a little bit going on. Indy left her to pursue a career in busting skulls.
Pursue a career in opening up a
whipping
pub.
people.
Opening up a pub in Nepal.
Right. So how Miriam is so sober after all them drinks. She must have been cheating. The goddamn hound wouldn't have been able to sing that away.
She sunk some gear back,
and she's just talking to Indy straight after, like nothing happened.
Not even a slur.
Not to say, to put out there, that women can't drink as much as men.
Was the person...
But it's just biological differences.
Was the person she was drinking against a man or a woman?
Bigger, larger.
I'm sure it looked like a busk woman.
I think I don't know what it was, but I know...
What it was.
I'm sorry. But the larger the body size... That's got to do with blood, the way alcohol gets into your oxygen in your system. It's got to take longer. Exactly. It shouldn't work.
Hence why I'm mortal now.
Bingo. Indy leaves. He gets rebuttaled out of the goddamn bar. He says, I'm not giving you this goddamn medallion you need. In walk the Nazis. All hell breaks loose. It's another action set piece.
That guy's a legend, by the way.
Oh, the main bad guy, I'd say. Leatherman.
How evil does he look?
He's weird, isn't he?
I mean...
How many films did he make after
sometimes
this in the same role?
I don't know, but sometimes you don't need to be a good actor. You just need to look
I know,
like that.
It's a sad thing, really,
you know what I mean?
The typecast system, but it does happen
for
a reason.
He came out and the mother was like, Jesus Christ! I mean, I'm sorry, but come on.
As good as Indy is, he still has flaws. He's overpowered in fights, makes mistakes, and heavily relies on luck.
What does that make the audience feel,
It makes him a little more relatable, and all the more fun when we see him succeed.
And it gives you that little bit of doubt and worry that maybe he won't succeed. Rather like someone who's got massive plot armour, a.k.a. Jon Snow.
Jonathan Snowbird.
Or...
Well, the thing is about Jon Snow, quickly...
Chris Pratt in any film he plays.
There you go. Jon Snow... He's got problems, but they don't play on them enough.
Aye.
Anger. Anyway, moving on. That different thing altogether. The boys escape after the fight sequence. With the medallion, with the girl, we head to Cairo to find the location of the Ark. Introduce Gimli, The great John Rhys
I
Davies.
didn't even know he was Gimli, B.
That worries me.
I know. I was like, I love
More
this
than
dude.
the fact that I haven't seen Sin City.
I love this dude. I love Lord of the Rings, but I did not know he was Gimli.
How? I guess it's because he's 6 foot tall.
And he's got black hair.
Yes. The salted dog is particularly good. He didn't even say that. I just like saying that line. Another great action set piece unfolds. So this is again the Nazis catch up with him. We're talking about the knife, the gunshot. He didn't train for that. We've got baskets everywhere. Basket heads everywhere. Take a drink. I tried my best to make it as insensitive as possible.
Lovely. No mate, little Jews. The only mix I could find.
And what happens next, John? Have you got it even written down?
Yes. I've got written down.
I need to take a drink of Coke 2 seconds.
I've got written down. Chemistry between Ford and question mark is created.
You don't know the name of the person.
And I've also got fire and explosions make everything better. I mean,
that's the 2 notes you've got.
I was trying to make notes and eat cheesy nachos at the same time.
Colada at the same time.
I was trying to drink a vodka and no mate little's orange juice or whatever it is. Eat some cheesy nachos with salsa and make notes. So that's kind of the extent of what I've got, Pete.
Anyway, so that set piece happens where they chase through the markets. Indy thinks Miriam dies. Is it Miriam? I don't even know.
Marion.
Marion. Like Maid Marion.
Like Maid Marion, Pete.
Right.
Like you would marry him.
Perfect. You better get some more vodka in you. Fuel up, boy. So Indy suspects Mariam has died. He's captured by the Nazis, but John Rhys Davies gets children to help him out. We quickly take a lull in the 15 set pieces that have occurred.
Just set piece after set piece, Pete.
And we explore some exposition about the staff and how the height of it determines the real location of the Ark.
Do you know what mixed me up here?
Yes.
I thought the Ark just went over the city. Sorry.
What does that mean?
The staff.
Yes. Like you held it up in the sun.
I didn't realise it was a little miniature. Did you know? Did the story make it sense that it was a miniature? Or was that like a little bit of a reveal?
I have no idea. I guess that was a reveal. Them Egyptians were smart, mate.
I mean, it's a hell
monstrous smart people.
Monstrous smart people. There you go.
You know what? You know what's funny? Can I just make a quick off tangent?
Of course you can.
We get kids dressing up as Egyptians and that. I'm staring at Tutankhamun's head now. We've got a glass case with his head in. He had slaves. He had billions of slaves.
Like,
I love how
making
kind of
pyramids.
Can
you imagine how hard it would be to make a pyramid?
That people think aliens made them because they don't have the equipment to, they don't have like a
because aliens.
Aliens, there you go.
Do you believe in aliens, Pete?
No, I fucking don't, John.
Well, how can you not believe in aliens?
So, I mean,
because
we've had
this come.
I'm a Darwinist, I guess. Anybody who isn't is an idiot. In my opinion.
I mean, you do look like a chimpanzee.
Thank you.
Goddamn force of evolution.
But the idea is we evolved into the current state we are.
But you've got to think every star in the sky,
like
every star in the sky is a sun. It has its own galaxy.
Yes.
So it would be stupid to think that there wasn't someone who maybe was on a different timeline to us, who's maybe been a bit.
Yes.
They've got more technology than us.
I understand.
They're more advanced race. Can that not happen?
Yes, but why haven't they come and visit us? I made some sort of contact. Why can't we see them?
They have. Maybe it's a massive cover-up.
If they're intelligent enough to reach us, why not
just
send
9/11?
us some sort of real message?
And John.
Plus, take a drink. Plus, we are the culmination of billions of years of process of evolution. The fact that an alien organism out in space, coincided with that billions of years to actually evolve into a sentience at the same time as us, the chances of that happening for simultaneous evolution.
The chances of anything coming from Mars was a million to one, they said.
Who'd have believed?
That minds immeasurably more superior than ours. See, he knew.
Would look on our Earth with envious eyes.
Anyway, we're digressing now. This is Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Richard Burton, the voice, knew.
Yes, he did.
There you go. Orson
Who would believe the pyramids?
Orson Welles knew back then. So shit's gone down. I'm telling you. Roswell, the crash site. There's been aliens, mate. They've been here. We probably shot them.
Don't like it.
We've probably got them in cages in America somewhere.
Don't like it.
What point we up to?
Getting back to it. Love how Spielberg lessens the boredom of exposition about the staff with Indy holding on to a poisoned date. Getting back to normality. Right? So the scene is tensely set up. We see the bad guy with an eye patch. We don't have a name. We don't have a motive. Probably his money. But he's got an eye patch on, so he's evil. He owns the monkey. The monkey's distracting Indy and Gimli.
Did the monkey put the stuff on the date?
No, it didn't. Eye patch man creeps into the building. He glazes them dates with a nice saucy smattering of poisonous, gluttonous envy.
Pete, have you ever eaten a date?
I've never eaten a date.
What do you taste?
I don't like.
Is it like them? Is it like a fig?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's like a
grape.
grape.
Have you had fig before? I hate fig rolls. Minging.
I don't like dry. Right, so I don't like raisins, right? Because I think they look like flies. I've got like some sort of mental problem.
Jesus Christ!
Enlarging a raisin, you get a date. So it's just a big dead fly. That turns us off. Sorry for anyone who likes dates. My words aren't going to change anything about that date.
That's a raisin, that.
Sit up, you little bitch. Moving on.
Flying through.
Indy finds the Ark's location using the first of two and only two CGI effects in the film. So, Indy realises it's a shorter staff. The sunlight hits it at a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how he finds the digging site. I can't remember how he finds the place to actually put the staff.
Is it not just a stick that he finds?
I think it's written on. No, he just makes a stick to the height of the need.
Yeah, fair.
He plugs it in a little hole, and we get that unreal painted. Someone's painted the frame. I don't know how they do that effect. You know the same effect on Back to the Future where the blue goes around the DeLorean?
Yes.
That sort of. I want to say people are painting
stands
over the frames.
like neon paint, really.
Also in Terminator, when the ball comes, you can see they've painted the electrical effects.
Bright orange.
So it's not really CGI, but there's only two instances of it in the film, and I think that speaks volumes to current day cinema.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to throw fucking bucket loads of money at us in the form of CGI. To blow me mind. Just keep it practical. Simple stuff works. I know it's 1940.
You've got to think what beat now. The way film's gone, and the way film's improved, that would stick out like a sore thumb.
It probably would.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm not saying use a goddamn artist to paint the background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying make more subtle uses of CGI.
Right, okay.
Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So, we find the location of the Ark, and they all get fucked up. The Nazis find them and bury them in the goddamn cave where they found it, the tomb. There's loads of snakes there.
What do you think of them doing that to all the snakes? Burn them all?
I mean, the snakes, the reptiles, the reptiles?
Stanley Kubrick's daughter complained, and that stopped filming for a day. She complained that the snakes were being mistreated.
Stanley Kubrick was on set with her daughter, with his daughter.
Well, maybe, I don't know. But I saw in the trivia that the daughter complained about the snakes, and they had to go and explain themselves and shit. Said that they were mistreating the snakes, cruelty animals.
Right, that's possible, right? But I mean,
size of a snake's brain, beat.
And the snakes, aren't they? Who in every piece of literature, media,
can I stop you there, please?
Is being compared to a snake a good thing?
Can I stop you there?
Yes.
We've already lost
I like snakes.
A majority of our women audience.
Yes.
On the last episode.
Yes.
Let's not lose the rest
of our snake audience
through animal cruelty.
Anyway, the way I see it is a snake has probably the same intelligence of a dog, even though it doesn't. So I probably value a snake's life as the same as a dog.
A snake? What?
I don't know. Do you think dogs are more intelligent than
Everyone
snakes?
Everyone loves dogs.
Yes, but they can show affection more because they've got hair and they're cuddly. It's our perception of them.
So you're saying if a dog was a reptile, man wouldn't have it?
Exactly right.
Right? But hasn't a dog got a bigger brain than a snake?
It probably does, aye.
Well, it does.
But compare maybe a squirrel, some sort of rodent.
Right. So
it's like the point you make.
What's got a bigger brain, a rat or a snake?
Right. Yeah, they've got to be similar sized.
I thought I saw a rat at work the other day, but it was a hedgehog. I was over the moon.
See? What's that all about?
I don't know.
It's only a rat. It's only crawling around in shit.
I know.
Hedgehogs are much more cleaner animals. No one. I don't know. Anyway, I like snakes.
They're both rodents.
I don't think you should burn snakes alive, personally.
Well,
but
I don't think they did they?
I don't think they did. So there you go. What are we getting at?
You need snake, by the way.
Fuck, John. Moving on.
Okay.
Indy and Miriam. I can't say that goddamn name.
Marion.
Robin Hood made Marion and Indy make it out the tomb. They get locked in by the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
They exit outside and plan to steal the most unplane-like plane I've ever seen. Is that an actual plane?
It's a goddamn spaceship.
The aliens are here, John.
Nazis are always a little bit further ahead of us, weren't they? They're always after the stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Incredible new age ideas of how to handle race.
Hence the full film. Always trying to get like...
That was a joke, by the way. You meant to laugh.
I wasn't listening, mate.
It was a joke about...
I was looking at wherever wrote Seabiscuit, Tony.
Oh, no. It was a terrible joke about 6 million people dying. My bad.
Right.
We'll cut it out later.
I'm going to drink to that.
Anyway, the main point I'm building up there...
Hold on, did I just say I was going to drink to 6 million people dying?
Right, we need
I wasn't
all
drinking,
this...
No, I wasn't drinking to that. I was drinking a piece of shit joke.
After the escape, it leads to Indy planning on sailing a plane, which is the most unplane-like looking plane I've ever seen.
And then Charles Bronson turns up.
Turns up. Cracks me up when after Indy escapes the tomb of the Ark with Marion, the big bald German strips down to just his trousers and wants to bare knuckle fight this motherfucker.
Did he have wrangling gloves on, Peter?
Rather than shooting Indy.
He just wants a good...
He didn't have he had them on originally, so that would soften his knuckles.
He wants a good dust up.
He's like, oh, hey ho, you there. I want to fight with you, old chap. That's the worst impression I've ever heard of a strong man.
Indy kicks him in the balls.
He's dirty, I love that.
But it doesn't affect the guy.
Of course, he's probably a eunuch.
Moving on.
I mean, unique. That's terrible.
I've run out of vodka.
From set piece to set piece, we are now watching Indy on a horseback being shot at by a car-mounted MG42. All practical.
Alright, where do you get the horse from?
So Charles Bronson gets mowed by a goddamn engine blade.
Lovely little blood spatter.
How do they escape?
He finds a horse from somewhere.
He finds a horse.
She gets taken.
He's
got to give chase again.
Yes. Oh, he's got to find the truck with the Ark on it because the Nazi have got it.
Uh-huh.
Bingo bango.
I mean, love the truck scene. I just love... There was one point, though, when he was massively in control, and then that hero Nazi came out of nowhere, climbed the full length of the truck...
Pulls a Spider-Man pirouette into the
got
window.
In. I mean, he's like the Nazi version of Indiana Jones.
He is, isn't he?
Like 2 minutes.
He's like, he needs like a hero's welcome or something if he didn't die. Does he die? Does he get run over?
I love that little bit about when the Mercedes badge comes off when he like comes down off it.
That's the next point. Love the symbolism of Indy hanging off the end of a Mercedes badge and breaking it. German car manufacturer, we all get it.
Oh, very clever, Bede.
I
didn't get it.
Indy wins. We get the Ark. He takes it back to a boat which Gimli has previously set up for him.
Gimli.
Maid Marian gives him 3 kisses. He starts singing goddamn songs. We're introduced to Mr. Katanga.
By the way, in the film for 10 minutes, my favourite character second to Indy. Mr. Katanga.
What a name that is. We go on the boat and we're transporting it home. Question, John. Mr. Katanga is possibly the best name in cinema. Either that or Colonel Kilgore.
Colonel Kilgore?
That's out of a film called Apocalypse Now.
Let me think of the best name in cinema.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning sun. Smells like victory.
Sergeant at Pawn.
That's a great name.
Be my guest.
Please tweet us with any more.
Your favourite names in cinema?
Mr. Katanga lies for Indy after a U-boat shows up. They got a U-boat?
Danny DeVito.
What?
Favourite names in cinema?
Alright.
Moving on, right? Where did they get the U-boat from?
I mean, it's Nazis, but where did they actually get the real U-boat from?
Where did they get a U-boat?
I mean, that's a U-boat.
It's not
a me-boat.
It's a U-boat. Oh, Christ. I'm sucking the vodka out of my line now.
You're empty? You need a reload.
Right, come on.
So, Indiana Jones makes a plan up of getting back Miriam. If I said that right again.
Can you just get Marion through your head or not?
I've wrote it down as Miriam.
It's Marianne.
Fuck. Jones's plan of getting back Miriam with an RPG is a classic.
Where did he get the bloody RPG from?
Out of a crate box, out of a Nazi. Because he gets the Nazi uniform, get off the U-boat. They end up back in Cairo?
Would he?
Oh no, did they go to Jerusalem?
Where the island is at the end?
It's got to be Jerusalem because they mentioned the Jew thing, don't
Where's
they?
the island?
I don't know, I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention,
Anyway,
John. It's only the greatest film ever made, I guess.
In that scene,
yes,
he's never going to blow the bloody ark up, is he? So what a stupid scene.
Can we theorise what would happen if he fired the RPG at the ark? Would it supernaturally not explode? Would it be?
It's just a box. It's just got sand in. Nothing would happen.
I know, but the way I see it is, it would be like a video game. Nothing would happen. You know how if you fire an RPG at a wall, nothing breaks.
That would happen. No,
it would be like invincibly. The wooden box would explode.
I think it would all explode.
Do you think so?
Just sand.
There you go.
Because it's just a box. It's got to be. You've got to get everything together for it to work properly. That's the whole point.
Unreal. So, Indy and...
Oh, can I make a point as well, babe?
Yeah,
Sorry,
go for it.
To put in. That dude must be sweating in that full black leather gear in the desert. He wore throughout Egypt.
That's a constant joke throughout the film. Like, he's pampering that head like I can't believe.
Why does he wear the full gear like?
He's a Nazi, John.
We also missed the bit where he hangs the coat up on them nunchucks.
I know, that's incredible.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Incredible.
I mean, I need a coat hanger like that.
That is a point I was going to make at the end about my final rating. I'll quickly put it in now.
Okay.
Spielberg, humour, subtlety, not slapstick. No, it is sometimes slapstick, but it's so well done.
Yeah.
Why couldn't people just look at these films and just heed his ideas?
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's a good bit.
Moving on. Indy's captured alongside his girlfriend. See, I didn't want to say a girlfriend because she's a bigger character than that. And I like her a lot in it. But, because I can't pronounce Marion. They're put on a pike like they're going to be burnt at the witch's stake. The bad guys open the goddamn crypt. Or the ark.
I've just got, yes, don't look.
And last point of the film I've got, Nazis get incinerated. And that's it.
Simple as. Everyone cheers. The crowd goes up. America wins.
Yes.
I've got a point, Pete. Look at that face melt. How come the other dudes explodes? Beat, what would you rather have happen here? Your face melt or explode?
Instantaneous explosion.
Would
no
you?
pain. But if you're in a movie, what would you rather see? I'd rather see 2 ping pong balls rise.
They had to put fire over the exploding head at the end, so it didn't get an R rating.
That's incredible. So the way I think the practical effect was done was they melted it with a hairdryer.
What was it?
And reversed the
was it like ice
shot.
cream or something?
I guess be my guest. But I think they reversed the shot of it melting.
Right, I get you.
So that's how they affected that.
Pretty cool.
Very good.
Looks. It's aged horribly.
It's
aged horribly, but it looks really good.
But it's not CGI mess.
Yeah.
A lot of artists put a lot of time into that that imagery.
I think
much rather see paper mache face.
You would probably have a much better practical effect for a melting head now than then.
Absolutely.
Even at the time, I thought that was poor.
But I
do you not think that was poor at the time, B?
It probably is, but I love the effort.
I know.
I love every piece of effort put into it.
And then I've just got what an ending, B.
What an ending. Everybody wins. Indy goes home, gets the girl, doesn't get the ark because the US government take it away from him, and we're left with that final background painting
unreal
of all
every artifact ever in the world.
Or
guess who's got them? The Americans.
Of course they do. Or is that just a plan by the American government to hide the ark in a box so nobody ever knows where it's at?
That's a good point.
If it, you know what I mean?
They find it in the Crystal Skull, don't they?
I think they do. No, they don't.
Or is it the fourth one?
No, I mean not the plate. They find the place, not the arc itself.
It's just, you know what I've enjoyed, B?
Yes.
It's refreshing to when you watch like the older Star Wars. This, maybe even what's the one where Harrison Ford plays the Doctor, who goes on the run?
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive. It's refreshing to see Harrison Ford enjoying film and enjoying acting, rather than now where he's like grumpy gramps. even in the new Star Wars, yeah, he was good, but you would tell he's like not arsed, is he? Do you reckon?
It's just sad, really, just to see.
I mean,
it's like
when he's in the new Indiana, he's going to play Indiana Jones again, isn't he?
He is.
Is he going to pass on the mantle? I hope he's going to. He's not going to be like the main character, is he?
I don't know.
What do you reckon?
One last dance, how?
One last dance.
One last dance.
Maybe he'll die.
Okay.
He'll pass on his hat.
In the film.
Shia LaBeouf.
In the film.
Oh, he's not like.
Sorry,
mate. He's got a good 40 years left in him.
Does
he's
he?
Live till 110.
How old's Harrison Ford?
Don't know, 70.
Oh shit.
Good math.
Maybe not 40 years.
We'll see.
Anyway, that wraps up Beat Points.
So straight into final ratings, Beat.
Yes, it is.
Beat, this film, right? Another beautiful piece of my childhood. Obviously, my dad drummed us into these type of films.
Right.
Lived through them. A little bit older than you, but nevertheless, the golden age of action. I'm talking. When did this come out?
1981.
81.
1981.
So, Beat, we're talking the golden age of action from 81 to 99.
We're talking The Thing. We're talking Aliens. We're talking Alien.
Hit us up with
It's
them,
not
Beat.
really action.
RoboCop.
Blade Runner. It's not really action.
Die Hard.
Terminator.
Great films.
Die Hard. That's 90s, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. 84 to I'd say 84 to 98.
Well, this was made in 81.
Sorry. I'd say 81 to 98. The golden age of action, mate.
Gotcha.
Everything what we've said there. I think in this film, it's got Harrison Ford in a lead role that he was born to play.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest man in existence.
Yes.
He's got a goddamn whip and a revolver.
He's got a whip.
What more do you want for your action man? Your lead character. I think
he's male and not female.
It's just such a good narrative. I love the start.
John Star.
It's such a good narrative. I love the start.
Yes.
I love how we don't see him for 5 minutes.
Okay.
The opening 10 minutes of the film, like what I said earlier in the podcast, is probably one of my favourite of all time in any film.
Uh-huh.
I think they got the villains perfect. Why wouldn't they? Nazis.
Of course.
Interesting places. The shot all over. Good back scenes, all natural backdrops and cities in Egypt and shit like that. It's just, for me, a perfect action film.
Yes.
Just an enjoyable film. A beautiful film, I'll call it, B.
Go for it, mate.
I'm trying to go along the lines of T2. I'll give T2 a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
I don't think it's as good as T2.
What?
Do you think it's as good as T2?
I think this is a better film than T2.
Do you?
I definitely.
It's tight, like.
It's better for me.
I bloody love T2, like.
But I'm going to give it the same rating, probably. I don't know.
I
wish I could remember.
If we did point ratings, I wish we could.
No, we're not.
I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Because I think it's brilliant. But I give T2 9 out of 10. And for me, T2 is the greatest action film ever made. There you go.
I can't believe that. That has absolutely broke me heart.
Well, that's why we'll differ, because I love it, but you've got to remember as well, when Steven Spielberg pitched this film, it was it was not B movie, but it was like he wasn't expecting it to do as well as it ever did. Do you know the money he got for it?
How much?
Nothing. The studio fronted the bill of making the film.
Yes.
And all he asked for was 40%, and they agreed. He got 40% of any money it made.
Jesus.
So there you go. So he was expecting.
I thought you said he got nothing. Oh no!
He didn't get any wages. No salary. He got no salary. He just got 40% of the rights to the film.
Oh my god! he's worth so much.
But like I say, you can hammer us all you want, but films are personal opinions. I bloody love this film. 8 out of 10's excellent. But for me, I
think I give Spider-Man 8 out of 10.
Did you shit?
I did.
That's why we need to look at the rating system.
Right, we need to scrap this fucking system.
I know we do. We need to go to 3. We'll sort out later as we come.
Good, bad,
ugly.
It's okay.
Easy as that. But I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.5, but we can't do 0.5s, so it's 8 out of 10.
Okay. I mean, by
hit us up.
8.5, you round up to a 9. You don't round down to an 8.
You said that. I didn't.
Right. Here's me points for why I like it so much. Lead role.
Harrison Ford.
Say more. Need I not? Someone, a director.
Sorry, Pete. I'm butting in.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention the soundtrack as well. John Williams, you did it again. You goddamn did it again.
Very good. Director, Steven Spielberg. He's made a couple of good films. I think this has fallen on from goddamn Jaws. Not bad. E.T. Not bad. Third Encounters.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Jurassic Park.
Worst film he's ever made.
What, really?
What?
Do you like Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park's my favourite film he's made.
Alright, I was going to say.
Jesus Christ, John. Someone who understands fun, action, pacing, dialogue, humour. Every set piece just keeps on going and getting better.
It's a film that gives and gives and gives a little bit more.
I previously said, in the 80s of our last film, that Michael J. Fox was the coolest man in that time period.
You did, yeah.
I was clearly wrong because I forgot about Harrison Ford. He's made me now want to find an excuse to buy an Indiana Jones costume and wear it out in public without being laughed at.
I used to have the hat, right? I put some bullies' brainers and took it off us.
That's horrendous.
When I was like a 9-year-old.
Harrison Ford beat the shit out of them.
Well, I wasn't Harrison Ford, was I, Pete?
We don't live in the movies, do we?
I was a 9-year-old kid.
Nah.
I was scared. I was young.
I'd kill them now. Kill them. I'd whip them.
Whipping boys. They tied us up and stole me Indiana Jones.
Jesus Christ.
It made us the man I am today.
Well done. Thank you, bullies. Where am I getting at? John Williams. Need I say more, John? The music.
God, I love John Willie.
John Willie. Irrational fear of pythons in the film. Need I say more? No. Basically, you've got the crack. Incredible story, incredible action, incredible humour, subtlety, non-reliance on CGI.
Yep.
Unbelievable characters.
Captain Katunga.
Captain Katunga. A defined enemy. A defined hero.
Mm-hmm.
Overcoming the enemy for the greater good.
The hero's journey.
9 out of 10, motherfucker. Simple as that.
There you go. So it's got an average rating of 8.5, which is not bad. The same as the new Spider-Man.
What went wrong there? We need to revise that one day, John.
Anyway, Pete, guess what we've got to finish?
What have we got to finish?
Some goddamn fun questions.
Bada bing.
From our friends, family. Top man, Pete, will start things off.
Mm-hmm.
At Razayub, friend of the podcast.
Gates of CRASStal, welcome to me.
Razza says, Pete, this is one of my favourite films.
Whose isn't it? I love it.
Please talk about how Indiana has no bearing on the story or even makes things worse.
Indiana Jones?
Right, so if you watch it through...
Right.
He makes no bearing on the story whatsoever.
Right, let me think here.
Think about the film. What does he do?
Gets a golden idol. For no reason?
Would the Nazis not have found that?
Probably. He would have just kept on saying...
Because they were digging...
He would have kept on sending Malays in now.
They were digging in the right place. Weren't they, really?
He would have kept on sending natives in.
Did he stop the Ark? No. The Nazis got the Ark and used it.
Oh, right. So what did he actually... Right, I get the...
If he hadn't been there, the film would have gone exactly the same as what it did.
I get you now. Sorry.
The only thing he does do, Razza...
That makes sense.
The only thing he does do, Razza... There's a few people mentioned this. It's on the IMDb as well.
Yes.
The only thing he does do is he saves Marion on multiple occasions.
Right.
So if he wasn't there, she would be dead.
Would she? Would she not be banging that weird German dude?
No, she would have been killed by the Leatherman. In the first...
she would have.
You know what I mean?
She would have been Bram Stoker.
Aye, Bram Stoker, mate. So there you go. What do you think of that?
What does he change?
Exactly.
I mean, a couple more snakes would have been alive.
Aye, there'd be a few snakes that weren't burnt to crisp.
A monkey would have lived.
By the way, getting back on the point of the monkey.
Yes.
It's like a guy's pet monkey. He just lets it die.
Well, he's wearing an eye patch, John.
He's got the monkey in like a waistcoat as well.
I know, what a cruel person.
I hate when people put dogs in waistcoats.
I mean, dogs are dogs. I love dogs, but the dogs, you can't put them in human clothes. That can't be good for them. They have a natural skin filled with hair. Sorry, Razza. I digress.
Razza, another friend of the podcast.
Appreciate you. We love the question.
Friend of the podcast, Bosks, chimed in, by the way, in the argument.
Hit us up.
He says, well, technically, Indy saves Hitler. Had he not interfered, the Nazis would have taken the ark back and opened up in front of him.
Oh my god! Oh, he would have presented it? There's only the Fuhrer who could have looked at it?
Exactly.
Is it... If at any time do we know is it Hitler? I know it's Nazis and I know it's the Fuhrer.
That dude goes Heil Hitler, doesn't he?
Maybe.
The dude goes Heil Hitler.
Right.
Anyway,
I mean, every bit of historical imagery points to Hitler.
Yeah.
But and he's near mentioned. He's bang on, boss. He would have destroyed the Reich. The Reich.
There would have been no war. Beat.
Who would have closed it?
Bosk also asked another question.
Oh, closes automatically.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does actually. Beat. Bosk asked another question.
Yes.
Of course, it's directed at you, the person who makes the podcast tick.
Oh, thank you very much.
Pitch an Indiana Jones 5 movie, Beat, and save the franchise. Go on, son. Off the top of your head.
That's quite a question.
Can you save the franchise, Beat?
What did I reply to?
What?
What did I reply to him with?
Who you want in?
No, look at the tweet below it.
So, Beat, you've replied on Twitter.
Yes.
You've said, I will try. I do warn you, though. My creativity stops at cheap sarcasm. Beat.
So there we go. End of the podcast. Sorry, boss, couldn't answer it. Ha 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 ha.
Of course
Very
you can
good,
answer.
me. So, lead actor,
Hit us
Indiana
one,
Jones. As much as I love Harrison Ford, I love the man.
But,
He's got to go.
oh,
He's old.
boom,
What?
bing. Yes, Jamie Nem legend. Right, come on.
He's old. He's angry.
Yep.
And he's got too much money. And too much weed. So see you later, Harrison Ford. Maybe he can be a consultant.
Right, okay.
I'm going to call it...
Is he in the film at all?
Yes, a cameo.
Oh, we talked about a Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh no, that's
Dan
not a bad
Aykroyd
idea.
cameo.
He's not in the film at all. Indiana Jones is my new lead actor. So it's the guy at Super 8, who I don't know the name of, but I'm researching now. What is he called? He's in something else and all. Bloodline?
Friday Night Lights.
He's in Bloodline.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Jesus Christ.
But you've been talking about him all day.
I know I have. I don't know what his name is. Kyle Chandler. He is my Indiana Jones. If there's someone who looks like the Tom Selleck type, it's that motherfucker. Charming, athletic, bit of a brawliness in him.
Yes, bit brawliness in him.
Can deliver the humour. If you watch Peter Jackson's King Kong, he's actually really funny in that.
He is, aye.
So that's the lead.
Yeah.
What's the title? What's the story? Title is Indiana Jones and the Tomb of Mamusa.
Right, the Tomb of Mamusa, Beat. Who's in Mamusa?
I have no idea. 2 seconds. I need to think of an actual something tied to historical relevance.
Can I hit you with a start?
Yes.
You've got an old Indiana Jones. He still enjoys venturing out in jungles and having a look for stuff.
Right.
He's Indiana Jones. He's always going to do that. He goes missing. He gets captured. Q. Kyle Chandler. Another archaeologist.
Yes.
An adventurer.
Uh-huh.
The world famous Dr. Jones has been captured, gone missing.
Right.
Chandler, we need you in there. You've got to go and find him.
Don't like it.
Why?
Much prefer him.
You much prefer him in a fridge evading a nuclear bomb.
Exactly right. I wanted the title to be like James Bond, so you can just swap him in and out, kind of thing. I don't want it passed on. I just think it works better because then you can actually put it when you want to set it. You can set it whenever. You would have to set it in the 1980s. Is that when, or 1970s?
Right. So you wouldn't.
I don't want to be constricted by a time period.
Okay.
So I can have Indiana Jones as him and just completely get rid of it.
A total reboot.
And just have fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Doesn't need to be married. He doesn't have to have a son.
So you totally reboot the franchise.
Yes.
With Kyle Chandler going into the Temple of Memusa.
Yes.
Moving on.
But we need to have a historical item to get, so it has to have relevancy, but it can't be as dumb as an alien skull.
I've got one.
What is it?
The Crystal Bull.
Terrible. Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka. That's what he has to get to save the franchise. Moving on. Boss, that was a horrendous
There's got to be an old Nazi bloody emblem or something.
Right, so what was it? It was Arthurian legend, the Knights of the Round Table in the second film.
A sword.
I mean, that's already been done, though.
Has it? Shit, yeah.
Maybe he goes to Japan and he has to find some sort of
sushi
mythical demon. I don't know.
We'll thrash this one out. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
Next question, Pete. The legend that is Az at Az vs. the World.
What a hero.
Who would win in a fight? Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Oh my goodness. So,
Pete, I'm going to say, right?
If there's a podcast, right, they've been answered this question. This has got to be the most popular asked question ever.
Right, I'd say straight away off the bat, Pete, you can go into my major thought and discussion on this one.
Right.
I'm going to say Han Solo.
Purely on the faces.
Quick on the draw, he shot first.
Oh.
And it's going to be revolver versus space pistol.
Phaser.
Space pistol wins every day.
Does it?
Yes.
What about the conventional bullet? I mean, that's just straight through your head.
Sure, laser travels faster than bullets.
Does it?
Maybe.
Light? Focused light? I don't know. Anyway.
And Han Solo's a dickhead smuggler, where Indiana Jones is kind of a good guy.
He's dirty, though. He fights dirty.
He's kind of a good guy, though.
So he's the crack, right? Gimli.
Indiana Jones has got a whip.
Han
Solo's got Chewbacca.
This is in the Temple of Memusa, right? So the Temple of Memusa is a temple where cinemas can portray... Star Wars is in that universe.
Right.
And real-life characters can be made in the Temple of Memusa.
Right, okay.
So Han Solo's in the temple, and Gimli thinks he's evil because he's got a hairy Chewbacca, and he thinks that's like a monkey. So he's like, well, this guy's a slave owner.
Is it in a fez?
Yes.
And a waistcoat.
It's comically Chewbacca comically puts on a fez because he wants to be more cultural.
So you've got Chewbacca in a fez and a waistcoat. I've got you.
So Gimli, John Rhys Davies, slips a Nazi patch onto the back of Han Solo's jodhpurs.
Right.
And then Indiana Jones sees the Nazi patch and he's like, taught him, yeah, how you doing, you okay? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine, I'm a lovable rogue. And before you know it, Indiana Jones has shotgunned him in the head.
Because he's a Nazi.
Fight, because he thinks he's a Nazi.
So what about Chewbacca?
Chewbacca then rips him from limb to limb. But he would win the fight between Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
Who wins the fight with Gimli and Chewbacca?
Oh! Chewbacca, because he can just rip anybody to shreds.
There you go,
he's a raged animal.
So Chewbacca wins.
Just died.
Comes out with whatever's in the Temple of Memusa.
There you go.
There you go.
The ability to keep on making cinema. He can just make his mate come back.
Bosk, you've been answered, as you've also been answered there.
Terrible.
This is what goes through our minds. Raz is also threw a few more questions in later on, which I missed.
Right.
Who's going to play the young Indiana Jones next? You've already answered it. We're going to say Kyle Chandler. I'm going to back beat up on that one.
Why was I going to say Chandler Riggs?
That's the guy out with Terminator, isn't it? The black guy?
Chandler. Right, sorry, start again, sorry. Kyle Chandler, yeah.
So both Beat and I say Kyle Chandler.
Yep.
To be fair, right? I wouldn't mind Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
I don't like it.
I think he could play that part.
Young, marketable, make the team loads of money, but I just think Kyle Chandler fits the personality more. I really do.
Is Indiana Jones not a bit more jokey?
Kyle Chandler can be the jokester.
I know, but he's more very...
He's
depressed.
He's
always depressed, Beat.
I'd also have Spielberg, man in the helm. Of course, you can't have anybody else. George Lucas can be sent to another planet. Get him as far away as possible.
There was a bit conversation going on between the lads of Talking Crass.
Yes.
What they said, it would be nice to see the lad who's playing the Han Solo in the new film to play Indiana Jones as well.
Oh.
So you've still got that crossover thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how he does in Han Solo, would it be a good idea to get him in and do Indiana Jones as well?
He's surely been cast as him for a reason.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Spielberg Plus would also have previous work, and he's previously worked with Kyle Chandler on Super 8.
Yeah.
And he casts him as that role, the father figure. I love him in that. He's just the right man for me. Like.
Last question, Beat.
Yes.
In a fight, are you having the whip or the gun?
What's the circumstances of the fight?
You're underwater.
I knew you were going to do something like that to us. Well, a whip doesn't really change things, does it?
How would you make that fair? How would you make that a fair fight? How would we make that a fair fight between a whip and a gun, Beat?
You start with the whip.
You're in a forest.
Attached to the enemy's hand with the gun.
Right. So, the whip is fully drawn and it's round the arm.
Of you.
So do you take a fully drawn whip that's wrapped round the gun holder's arm?
Yes.
Or do you take the gun holder and the gun?
Gun.
I'm going to go whip because it's going out of his hand.
What?
It's going out of his hand.
You might get a lucky shot off though, it might ricochet.
Well, Beat, that wraps up into the podcast.
Okay.
Straight into a hard end there. We'll get the plugs out there. Follow us on Twitter at Talking Crass, SoundCloud, Talking Crass. Leave us that sweet, juicy Temple of Doom 5-star review on iTunes. Would love that. Honestly, it means a load to us, and we want to try and get that top 100 on iTunes.
Love it.
If we do that, we've succeeded.
Never going to happen.
Also, like we mentioned earlier on the podcast, keep an eye out for our giveaway. It's going to be beautiful. There's some nice gifts to win. Paying it back to the fans.
John, to end on a weird note again, it's been happening in our last podcasts. Melissa McCarthy turned up behind us. That was weird.
Jesus, that freaked us out. A ghost Melissa McCarthy.
We recently met our future selves, or we were told at least not to eat an apple pie from McDonald's.
That was a note that was left that we totally disregarded until I've kicked the apple pie out your hands.
I'm looking at the end of the table. Why is there a large golden statue sitting right there? Should I pick it up? It seems to be on some sort of leather. What will that do?
Beat. Don't pick up the statue.
2 seconds, I'm going for it out.